By the beginning of 1987, Leather, after doing some business in Medellin, decides to take refuge with a group of his bodyguards in a nearby hacienda. It has always been an enigma why Leather left his former bodyguards to hang around with a group of boys, the oldest of whom was 25 years of age. For 2 weeks straight, Leather and his men partied continuously and rowdily until the night of February 3rd of 1987, when the caretaker of the hacienda finally grew tired of all the noise and after 3 days of unceasing disorder, decided to call the police. The caretaker told the police, "Those men constantly offended me and wanted me to smoke marijuana." And the next morning, a group of 35 policemen headed by a colonel named Lemus made up a small operation against what they thought was a band of insignificant drug traffickers. But to their own surprise, they were received by the erratic machine gun fire of one of the bodyguards that in fact didn't do much to stop the cops. And after a short shootout, the 14 bodyguards that still remained on their feet began a desperate and ultimately useless getaway. Meanwhile, a detachment of cops went to the second level of the house where they found a 37-year-old man who surrendered without putting up resistance. "The Virgin has appeared to us," exclaimed Colonel Lemos after seeing who they had captured. It was, no doubt, Carlos Leder Rivas, one of the most wanted men on the continent, who, perhaps unwary, was carrying a passport with his name. The news spread quickly, and within a couple of hours, everybody knew about his capture. Immediately, the president, Virgilio Barco, signed the necessary documents so that the same night, Carlos Leder would be extradited to Florida.
Inclusive la gente lo lloró cuando lo extraditaron a los Estados Unidos. Hay muchos compañeros que lo lloraron y eso fue un baldado de agua fría para nosotros porque la verdad nosotros teníamos muy buenas esperanzas de él de hacernos a una vivienda en ese tiempo, porque en ese tiempo personalmente yo era una persona supremamente pobre.
There were always doubts about the capture of Carlos Leder. Very few believed that his arrest had been a coincidence, and the rumors about a mafia informer became bigger all the time. Still, Leder gave the name of the person that had given the order to betray him. An impressive security force, perhaps over the top, was set up in Florida for the judicial proceedings of Carlos Leder, who the North American district attorneys called the Henry Ford of cocaine. And in May of 1988, after a drawn-out 7-month process, the judge delivered a sentence meant to be an example.
¿Qué piensa un hombre que está condenado a cadena perpetua ya 135 años?
Aquí el sistema de esta prisión en particular, ¿no?, que es una prisión de castigo, es bastante monótono, pero está en uno como persona, como individuo, según sus principios, según sus creencias, según sus costumbres, el no dejarse prácticamente enloquecer por el confinamiento, ¿no?